track of in team fights. So we'll see what happens. Ziggs showing off his superb wave clear. There was a wave there. I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but most of it's gone now. Top lane, we have Cassante taking the extended trade onto the Mbessa. They're both Doran Shield abusing, but Cassante is also jungler abusing here, and Ched is up there. We'll see if Ched's able to kill Caress. Nope, Ched is going to go down to Caress, fails the EQ, does not actually die, does flash away from what I'm assuming was one last skill shot there. Very close though. Forced to flash out. Caress flash for Ched flash. There's no Sunfires yet, but this game is going to be fire. Meanwhile, after Cassante tried jungle abusing, and Bessa might try to jungle abuse here now. Volibear is on the Krugs. Jarvan's looking for the Krugs. Jarvan's opening topside again. Volibear able to get the big Krug. All the little ones going down Jarvan's way. But with that, Caress is pretty safe to finish pushing in the wave here. No dive happening. Hook lands onto the Lulu. Great little bomb by Ziggs to follow up on that hook pressure. Just a little bit extra poke.
Mr. Player 2, congratulations, you are first.
Oh, Ziggs W. Sending everyone away. Looking at the crab's already gone. Oh, Lulu gets a little too close to the bush there. Nautilus hook into Volibear. Tries to flash away, but there's Ziggs bomb slowing her on the way out. Down Lulu goes. EQ from Ched lands onto the Volibear. Does get exhausted a little bit late. Volibear does go down, but they are able to kill the Jarvan in return. Meanwhile, Kai'Sa forced to flash and cleanse away. Summoner advantage is really going in the favor of CR. Both of their bot laners still have flash. Neither of PMM's bot laners have flash.
You are second.
Could be looking to make a play happen down there, especially with the dragon being up.
Welcome in.
Malphite able to survive the first 6 levels of the game. Does have a null magic mantle. Potentially going for a beefier build then. Lissandra and Malphite, both level 6. Both have good jungle setup for a gank. We'll see who's able to rotate over faster. Looks like Team PMM is hard committing onto the drag. Drag will probably go down before Team CR gets there. It does. They're able to chase off the Nautilus. Meanwhile, Volibear saying, well, you got the drag. I'm going for your Raptors. The only thing that tastes better than friendly Raptors are enemy Raptors. Something about stealing that camp is always so satisfying. In top lane, Cassante holding the freeze. There's a Volibear right behind him. Nautilus hook goes just a little bit wide. Lulu does not realize how close she came to dying, but, you know, Lulu is alive. Really close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, so. Jarvan cleared the bottom side of his camps, but while he was doing that, Volibear was clearing the top side of his camps. Ate them all up. Lysandra getting a good trade here onto the Malphite. Malphite does have no magic mantle, so it's not a massive trade, but it is still a good trade. Nautilus barely missing the hook again. Lulu just, with the Yordle body, really hard to hit with the hook there. Yordle body and playing it really close to the wall. Both of those hooks missed in the exact same spot. We'll see if he adjusts it for hook number 3. Oh, we'll see if directed cam shows us. Crest looking to get a trade onto Cassante here. Gets W'd by Cassante, unempowered form. There's Cassante empowered Q. Cassante is going all out. Does get publicly executed by Mbessa, but that's not enough to actually kill the Cassante. Cassante flashes forward trying to finish off Mbessa. Does get the kill on Mbessa, who had originally flashed away but came back in trying to get the kill back on Cassante. Hernandez teaches able to kill the Cassante, and before Jarvan gets him, Malphite comes in rock solid and lands the unstoppable force. Meowscarade does get in, does ult the Volibear, gets the kill. And now both the mid laners are laning up top. Double buffs to Lysandra. And Malphite there with very little mana just trying to collect the wave. And Bessa does TP to a ward. Not sure if... it doesn't look like Lysandra sees it. Cassante's coming top, but I think Mbessa gets there first. And here's Mbessa. Lysandra flashes forward. Malphite flashes as well. Mbessa able to take down.
And we go live to the match of the week. Welcome in, everybody. I am Simeon Amas. Why did I just close that window? Didn't mean to do that. Welcome in. Glad you can make it for some Stout League action this week. We do have Driftless Skill Shot sitting at 2 and 3, looking to take on Jin and Tonic, hoping to capture their first win of the regular season. So we'll see how that goes. Can we replace this with another light league game? I mean, hopefully, I think that's probably what most of the people want. Unfortunately, I don't know if there are any light league games going on tonight. Muffin Man played previously, so not going to be happening this time. I do have to find a player that I can steal some information from, because I need to spectate a game in their client. But I hope everyone's had a good week. I believe this is a pretty good series from what I've been told, and if I was told incorrectly, blame the captains of those teams. Getting into draft, here we go. Driftless Skill Shot. Going with the tried and true, always works, never fails Wukong Orianna combo. You'll love to see it if you are a, mid lane mage enjoyer and you need some extra help out on the wings. Followed up with Malphite, Braum, and we're going to be scaling with Smolder. So, I mean, this team is looking to have a darn good time. At least we're going to hope for them. With Wukong going to be picked up, Graves going to be locked in, Vigar trying to lock the monkey down in the baby cage. Irelia going to be matched up, I believe, yeah, that'll be mid lane against Orianna. Tom Kench up on the top side for Gin Tonic and Milio rounding out the support. Not that much crowd control for it, but it is what it is. I guess Vigar actually going to go in the bot lane, so we are going to have a bunch of scaling down there. Yeah, we'll go from there. No need to dilly dally. So let's get into game number 1. If anyone spoils it, I hate you, and you're kicked out of the beer league. Also, if you want to subscribe, I won't say no to taking a shot. I'll just say that. Damn it, Castro. here we go. Match of the week. That's the wrong one. This is the right one. Oh no, what is that patch stuff?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Minions have spawned.
Is that seeing me no draft? Oh, it is. It is I. I'm trying to figure out how I can get rid of something that's showing the patch, because I definitely didn't add that, but oh well, can't switch it up. So we're gonna get into the game. We'll just have that patch note right there. Enjoy everything that's coming in. Oriana, Melly Coco looking to get some early damage down. A good trade coming from her. Phase Rush already going to be procced by the Oriana. Tom Kench and Malphite just grasping one another up in the top lane. That's about that. Pretty standard, I'd say. I don't think Malphite's looking to poke Tom Kench down because he's just going to regen the health with some Qs. 6-foot Cuban opting to go with the first strike. I have seen that recently, so can't be too bad. But I am still confused about the Milio pick here. Not really sure its purpose. Like, I understand what Milio does. Maybe it's more so for the Graves and for the rest of the squad that are going to be diving in. Zor's wondering if there are any ladies in the Beer League Twitch chat tonight. I'm sure there's at least one or two, or if you... Oh, Flash coming in from Slouch, and he is no slouch in the mid lane. The Ignite from Melly Coco will take him down, though, but First Blood going over for Driftless Skill Shot. Zor, I think if you gift a sub to somebody, there'll be a lady in the chat, potentially. Both junglers pathing the same direction, looks like Graves. General Panda slightly ahead of Lucifer. Used to be known as Agdam early on in the season. And we are going to have a fight over this top crab. Let's see if anyone's actually looking for it, or... Both junglers do have Smite. I'm sure if Wukong's going to be able to pull off the Smite fight, so instead he's just going to sprint to the bot crab. And in this time, his lane is losing a lot of pressure. So good job by DS trying to preemptively get push in the lane and help out Wukong with this take here. Good interrupt from J-Rod. I don't know if I knew that J-Rod was playing this week. Might have had the incorrect picture name showing up later, but Graves able to get the double crab, and you know what? He's just going to go to his Gromp right on after. Continue racking in some of that gold.
Okay.
And Val Devin, player of the week a few weeks ago, really taking it to the Velociraptor. While we have a slight lull in the action, I have to do this. It's standard. Where's my subscribe to the Beer League at? There it is. Don't forget, subscribe to the Beer League. It's a good time. And points might go up by a little bit. We will see. Or down, I meant. Down is the correct direction. No real lead being generated at all. Melly Coco, landing great E. Slouch, not going to be able to get out. Doesn't have a flash because burned it earlier. 2 kills going over Melikoko. That's really great news if you are if you're an Aurelia fan, if you're a fan of JAT. Played by J-Rod coming out. Heal going to be used by Braxta. Braxta's also in the chat questioning Zor's comments. Wouldn't it be ouch if he was, you know... Ooh. Alright, Tahm Kench gonna eat the rock. Rocks are not good unless you have gallbladder. Flash coming through by the Malphite, but it's not gonna do him any good. He's gonna go down and fall. I'm just surprised that the jungles really haven't gotten involved in any of the fights yet. Flash is going to be burned by the 6-foot Cuban as well. Looking at the stacks between the two bot laners, Smolder has a slight lead with 47. I think he's going pretty well toward his 145 mark. Gonna use her ultimate, and Slouch still no flash available. The W coming through. Melikoko 3-1-0. Finally, one member of the team building a lead. Also, I mean, Valdevin not doing a terrible job up in the top side, but it's getting a little bit difficult. JAT starting to put the pressure on. I'm wondering if they're gonna make a play for the grubs whenever they spawn in just 40 seconds. I mean, the top half of the map should be all of theirs. I don't think, you know, DS can do much at this moment. But I mean, Driftless skill shot is still just waiting on Smolder. Like, once Smolder gets online, it is going to be extremely helpful. We'll see what happens here. No team really looking for these neutral objectives just yet. Grubs have just spawned. Graves on the top half of the map. And, Valdevin just taking it to the Malphite once again. Melikoko, no Blade of the Ruin King completed just yet. He's getting some decent damage down. He's getting a lot of poke. Slouch, you are the range champion here, but it's not looking like a fun time for you. And I mean, a fed Aurelia is gonna make you dead. Wukong is gonna come in. Not sure if it's gonna be in time. He did dash, but clone dash not gonna be enough. And Graves, Tahm Kench will be able to get the crab. And what is Braum doing? All right, Braum is starting up the dragon. Okay, J-Rod knows what's up. I was a little bit confused there. But, you know, there's a reason why J-Rod plays in the Stout League, and I don't. He knows what's up. Malphite gonna walk into the Tahm Kench W, like right in the square middle of it. He's gonna be devoured as well. Thumbs up, spat into a wall. He's going to flash as well at the very last second. Flash followed up by Valdevin, so top lane going the whole way of Jin and Tonic. They're feeling pretty darn good right now. And again, Melikoko just going right onto Slouch. The shockwave, it's not going to be enough damage. Maybe the 12th turret shot will be. Melikoko getting a fall, but I mean, still 1k gold lead in the mid lane. even after giving over that shutdown gold. Nicely done, Melly Coco. Doing a great job, really showing that, like, hey, I can play this champion and I can make some pretty good moves onto it. Ooh, that's why we get Melio and Vigar. Okay. Knock him into the wall. Mom's gonna get called in, gonna whip everybody. Okay. Rex, I'm sorry for questioning the whole Melio here. I just saw its potential. It's nice. I like the idea of it. It's no Poppy. Poppy might have been able to do similar things, but I understand not wanting to give Smolder easy stacks, so I assume that's where the Melio came in. Shockwave is up and available for Oriana. Doesn't look like she wants to pull it out. Keeping trying to figure out that control word, but their attack speed's not that high. Braum ultimate can come through, as well as the spin to win from the Monkey Man himself. J-Rod gonna secure the kill because he's support and he deserves nice things too. Smolder would have enjoyed that a little bit more, as would have Wukong, but you know, someone's gotta get the kill. Oh, Shockwave, not gonna connect. So Slouch, you gotta play very, very passive. 3, 4, 5 items being completed for the side. Gin and Tonic. Their counterparts, they're getting close, but not nearly close enough. Oriana's just putting on a clinic for how to play Irelia. I don't know, like Gin and Tonic, they might not have a series win this season, but when you can get play like this, it might be a nice, you know, push into the playoffs. Mom gonna get called in early once again. Mab's not afraid to use, you know, call in Mom just because. Almost like a little child that's like, hey, I lost something, can you help me find it? Flash gonna come through from Velociraptor, but also just gonna continue falling down. 1.8k gold lead in the top lane, and Malphite's just not having a good time at all. 2k gold lead for the side of Gin and Tonic. Next Dragon's up in 45 seconds, so Graves just gonna get his reset off. And shouldn't be a real issue. I'm slightly surprised that he opted for the Hubris first, especially since he hasn't touched an enemy champion in like 14 minutes. Alright, Valdevin playing between the turrets. But really not too worried. Graves, he's now hunting around, okay, but just instead going for the crab. I feel really bad for Malphite. He hasn't gotten any assistance from anybody up here. Down a whole 2 levels. Going to be a little bit difficult for him to catch back up in this game. Yes, I do understand that he is a Malphite, so like his ult is going to be enough, but if he's just letting this Tahm Kench get fed, it's not going to be a good time. Well, Lost Shinjo, yes, there's some assistance that needs to be helped made, but like the jungle only went bot. Like I don't. Maybe it's me being a light leaguer, and you know I'm used to games being hectic. Mom gonna get called in again. Wukong, there we go, showing up in the bot side. Miller gonna pop his ultimate, save the Vigar, but Vigar cannot be saved. Lucifer gonna get 1 kill. Smolder going for another. The shield coming through, not going to be enough to keep Millie alive. Driftless skill shot. Getting a clean 2 for a take right there. And here comes Slouch, going to be able to flash away. Melly Coco taken down with that turret shot. Might not have been especially aware of that flash hammer, maybe hoping to catch Oriana off guard. Graves is going to pick up the Rift Herald as Driftless Skill Shots gets their second dragon of the game. Stat check. Smolder's at 129 stacks. Vygar's at 112. The actual AP count for Vygar, though, what's that going to be like? Sorry. Zoom in. 218 AP with just 1 Rod of Aegis. And Graves trying to sneak in. I think he is going to be spotted out, though. There's the ward that was dropped. Drop the Rift Herald, make a play down to here. Lucifer nowhere in the area. Bomb gonna get called in again, just clear some things out. Ooh, good cage. It looks like Oriana's gonna start her way down as well. Good exhaust, but not gonna be enough. Teleport coming in from the Malphite. Might be a little bit too late. Is able to dodge the soccer ball, but going into here whenever you're not exactly sure where the Oriana is, unfortunately that's just going to be a turret going down in the top lane for Valdevin.
Let's go.
Choreograph this game. It's slowly, started going in the way, oh boy, of Gin and Tonic. They had the early gaming coming from the mid laner and from the top laner. J-Rod, you are down by 5 levels. I don't know if you're going to be able to hold off that much. But it's kind of just wild. Valdevin able to use his W to escape from there. Not be in too much danger. Tahm Kench with a 3k gold lead has Dusk and Dawn most likely in base. Go, so we got a true gamer coming in. Irelia is going to be pushed into the bot lane. Match up with the Oriana. I don't know if Oriana likes this at all. It's a very long lane. I wouldn't be surprised if Melly Coco tries to go for a play here. The Ludens has been completed, as well as the Seeker's Arm Guard. Great shockwave, but able to get, I think, 1, maybe 2 turret shots out of it. Wukong with the flash onto the Graves. Graves is going to use his ultimate to get a little bit of distance. Isn't able to get the kill, though. And Vygar, 6-foot Cuban, gonna ult on in. Good 2-person knockup coming in from J-Rod. Tahm Kench, though, coming in with Dusk and Dawn. General Panda finally gonna use that Eclipse. And TK. My goodness gracious. This guy is eating good today. 147 stacks on the heart steal. Doesn't really matter what, Driftless Skill Shot can even attempt to do. Tahm Kench is too large. Smolder is sitting at 184 stacks. Still 41 away. But progress can certainly be made. I don't know. The damage just coming in from both Irelia Now Graves with his collector and Tom Kench. It's going to be tough. Everyone's sitting at 2 items on Gin and Tonic, and they should be able to get this dragon as well. Rom spots out Tom Kench. And I don't think you win this one. Like, I understand trying to stop a back or something, but if you know he's in that area, just let him be, because your team then knows where he is. He doesn't know that you guys all have vision on him. First dragon of the game for Gin Tonic is going to be secured. Slow Spike coming in. Now Coco going to take the fight to the full armor. Malphite, and Malphite uses his flash over his ultimate. Again. And Velociraptor, we've all been there, where the game just doesn't go your way. Tom Kench is going to jump on in. Vigard tanks the turret. Because why not? Why not take one more shot? Vigard almost getting killed here. Lucifer going to be able to just maybe scamper away. And really sure what the 6-foot people are thinking there. Those mid lane turret ranges. All right, we've got 7K gold lead. Smolder's sitting at 204 stacks. The gold lead's not in his favor, but he does have the lead down in the bot side. So paired up with the Vigar, not too shabby. He did complete his call as well, working toward the, I believe, the rapid fire cannon. But like I don't know if they're going to be able to keep him alive, and that's the problem. He's going to be like their only damage. Wukong is sitting at 1-0 and 2, but still. Aldi having to start. J-Rod still trying to pick a fight onto Tom Kench, and he's not winning these fights. So Valdevin just being hell of a catfish. He's disrupting everything that Triple Skill Shot wants to do. Smolder's sitting at 219. He can probably get her on this bot wave. We don't care that the Baron's going down. He's sitting at 224, needs one more minion. I'd probably just go for the Krugs. In all honesty, in Malphite, you are not sitting in a pretty spot. You've got all the eyes of Gin and Tonic right all over you. Malphite, like, stand in part. Then again, I always say that, and then I always just go inside because that's the fun thing to do. Alright, Smolder, 228 stacks. He's ready to be a champion. He's ready to make a difference, but in order for him to make a difference, you have to fight with him. If he's not in the fight, don't take him. Is your way out. Sit Grace. Kench is massive. Kench is a scary dude. Just completed Riftmaker as well. Whew. No bueno. He's almost as scary as his mugshot. Coming up next. There. Look at that mugshot. It's terrifying. J-Rod again going in, this time on the 6-foot Cuban. Vigar is going to be taken low. He is going to flash. Dark Matter going to come out, but it's not going to be enough to take down Mabs. But here comes Graves. He's like, I haven't fought in that long time. Great Shockwave coming in. Emilio's going to use his ultimate. Tom Kench still around 6 for Cuban, going to teleport in. We've got potentially the final fight happening. Mabs, if I were you, I wouldn't want to just be hitting that Tom Kench, because at any moment he's going to go and just tongue you. Alrighty. How far in the game are we? 26 minutes in. The damage, it was on the Irelia at the start, but Tom Kench, holy damn. Who doesn't love, you know, a good bruiser in the top lane that just out damages everyone in the entire game? You love to see it. Maybe a little bit, yeah. EX is right. Like, that's so much damage. It's kind of redonkulous. Kind of a little redonkulous. Am I gonna be used by General Panda? I feel like these, I don't know. Neither of the junglers has died, which is really strange to me. Just because, like, I was going to say the kill participation was low for Lucifer, but I mean, he's been part of 60% of his team's kills. Majority of those happening down bot lane. The only ones that haven't were the early First Blood for Slouch, and then the other kill under her own turret. So it's, I don't know. Rapid fire can has been completed. We are gonna finally get a nice little pick here. We do have the Smolder. Tom Kench. This is gonna be massive if he goes down. All of that gold onto Smolder as well. That's exactly what you need if you're a Driftless skill shot and you want to get back into this game. You need that gold, but Irelia moving up to level 17. Meanwhile, Malphite, who does have the bonus, you know, XP on minions, and all that jazz, just sitting at level 14. A little unfortunate. Baron spawning in 1 minute, so look for Gin Tonic to try and, you know, take away all vision. That is held. Oh, Melikoto going for an easy solo kill, and if you can get it onto Mabs, that's going to be enough. The Ignite, not going to be enough. Smolder just going to barely live. Slouch getting the shutdown. One nice thing out of that fight, even though Melikoto died, is able to get both the flash and the barrier from the Smolder. So, like, from the only target that you're really generally worried about. Not too shabby. Now we played the vision game. Who can get the vision over the Baron pit? Velociraptor. Mabs working on this top lane turret, but like, I don't know. I get it, I understand it. You have to make gold. Generate it, get some cash back, and what was once a 9k gold lead cut down to just 6k. Right, like if you're not keeping the Smolder alive, ooh, it's gonna be rough. And maybe you can't even use the Shockwave aggressively then with the Wukong. But the nice thing here for Gin Tonic is, yeah, we have Tom Kench pushing on the opposite side of the map. It doesn't matter if he dies here because we're gonna get a free Baron out of it. Bell Devin is gonna fall down for the second time this game. Another kill going over to the Smolder. 3, 1, and 3, but I mean, this Baron is going to be taken down before Driftless Skill Shot even gets a say on it. Oh, Braxta gets slowed up. Her isn't going to be used, but Lane should be able to reset. So Baron is off the table now, has been claimed by Jin and Tonic. Ocean Dragon up in 19 seconds. DS wasn't really able to get vision, but getting the crab is a good way to clear out the early vision that Jin and Tonic might have had in the area. Melly Coco looking for something. We're still looking for Malphite to use his ultimate. He's got a good play. Just have to make it work. Everyone for DS is just standing in the Dragon Pit. There's no real way out for them unless they move as a team. Valdevin gonna go on to the Orianna, gonna eat her up. Malphite using the ult aggressively, getting on his backside, but that's gonna leave the Smolder a little bit dead. So good job on securing that dragon, but unfortunately it's gonna cost them 3 members of their team. And I don't know if these members, Wukong and Malphite, can stop this push that's gonna be coming in. Like, Tahm Kench could realistically just tank this turret, and just for days. Like, using Demolish as well. Another flash coming out from this Malphite. He just had such a rough game, number 1. But, you know, Valdez was player of the week before for a reason. Has put on a performance just like this, and Velociraptor is going to go down for the 5th time this game. Jin and Tonic moving up to 1-0 to start the series. Nicely done by them. Get some things done. So there we go. We love to see it. Jin and Tonic, one step closer to what they were hoping for, to winning a series. Can they get a series win? I don't know. That's what we're all here to see. We want to see if it's possible. Did that game not count yet? Where's that game? Here it is. All right, so if we look at the post-game breakdown, all right, it was pretty much a Tahm Kench game for the most part. Aurelia was doing really well early on against the Orianna. And it's not to say like she wasn't useful later on in the game, as we saw her almost solo kill the Smolder in like a 1v3. Smolder just barely getting out alive. But Driftless Skillshot really didn't have much of an early game to fight from. And I think that's kind of what put them in the hole. So we'll see if they can do anything in game number 2. We'll see if the draft is going to work in their favor. But there's only one way for that to happen. And that's if you draft around it. And if you're willing to make some plays on, you know, some aggressive champs. But we will see what they decide to do. We'll see all of that coming up shortly. Let me just adjust some graphics here. TK was very fed that game. Alrighty, let's get into draft number 2, heading your way right about now. Yeah, Braum dying twice to TK, not very fun. Game number 2, JAT is on the blue side. DS said, "Hey, let's please get a counter pick. so that we can have some kind of chance to win this one. So Kled going to be picked up first for Valdevin up in the top lane. Leona and Jax counter. Jax could go top, could go jungle. We will see. Sejuani going to be picked up. And Ziggs. So JAT really enjoying the AP carries in the bot lane. Really only having one AD champ this game, so that is going to be a little bit interesting. Rel and Vladimir to round off their draft, and then Ezreal, Malzahar. So some poke. Malzahar going to be picked up to really just lock down the Kled once he comes into a fight. And I like it. I mean, Malzahar, he's a very boring champ, and I'm not a fan of him. But that's just because I would get way too bored. And that's part of who I am. I get bored sometimes, so I can't really play Malzahar. Not for me. But without further ado, let's just get into game number 2, shall we? So Melikoko on the Kled. Wait, are we role swapping too? Melikoko going the top lane, 6 for Cuban.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
What the hell is going on? Ziggs mid, so 6 for Cuban go mid lane. Everyone's just kind of beep-bopping around. Valdevin, he's like, alright, top lane. It was a little bit easy last game, so I'm gonna try some Vlad on the bot side. General Panda's still sticking in the jungle, so all of the laners moving around. And, you know, I wouldn't expect this, so it really makes banning kind of a pain in the butt, where it's like, yeah, we tried and it didn't even work out, so. We'll see what happened here. Jungle started on the opposite side of the map for one another. Velociraptor getting some damage down onto the Coco. Going with Grasp as well. Oh, Kled taking Grasp. Does Kled usually take Grasp? Ignite can be popped by both top laners. Both still have Flash, neither have Flash anymore. Melikoko very close to remounting. But not going to force the dive underneath the turret. Instead, just opting to remount. I believe against these minions, should be able to do so. Oh, good dodge coming in from Valdevin. I see Velociraptor is going to get hit by the soap on the rope, but Melikoko. We've got a lot of fighting up in the top lane. I'm a big fan of this. Hopefully we can get some junglers involved. Hopefully they're like, hey, we're just battling this out the whole time. Easy kills if we can get someone to come up in the top lane, especially if Melikoko is dismounted, doesn't have a flash. There's no way Vi misses this. You dead. First blood. Lucifer getting on the board, and this is exactly what Triple skill shots need. Like, they need a quick early game to kind of get their pace rolling and put the pressure on JAT. JAT's still looking for that first series win. Unfortunately, Leona going in as Ezreal's trying to get on out. Braxton getting taken pretty low. Gonna force to use the exhaust, but he used it onto the support, not the actual damage healer. So he is gonna follow Ezreal, and the pool is gonna have to be used by Valdevin to get on out of there. So, with skill shot, getting up to the early lead. That's what they needed. Not really. I mean, I guess Vi's joining down the bot side just to check some things out. Her camps are gonna be so desynced from one another, though. Like her top half and the bot half, just because of the ganking path that she took. Great satchel coming in from the Ziggs. Good flash auto as well. 6 foot Cuban. taking down the space alien. General Panda doing a good job of, you know, leeching a little bit of XP right there. Jax. Alright, he did recall. Just didn't see when the fighting occurred up in the top half. How this could, like, if I were to be rooting for lanes, I wouldn't be able to root in the top lane. Never mind, we have Leona going in. J-Rod looking to get some damage down early on. He really doesn't want this Vlad to start scaling. Ezreal going to E forward, get some pretty good damage down. So good trade coming in from DS. I was going to say, like, I don't like either of these top lane champions. They're both just super duper annoying. Bear Trap on the rope, gonna connect, gonna hit. Ignite can be used early on. Jax has to use his leap to get on out there. Vi's in the area because she really has nothing else to do for quite a long time. And Leona going in a little bit too deep, gonna take one turret shot, make that two. And this could be a little bit of some trouble. Phase Rush gonna be used. And holy cow, I am starving. Apparently I can't just eat Cocoa Puffs and a bag of chips and like not be hungry. I really have to play basketball for 2 hours. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. Alright, Lucifer looking to start up. Maybe he's just doing the crab. Sejuani gonna jump on over as well. I don't think Vi's gonna go for this drag right now. Because it looks like everyone's gonna be moving in from the side of Driftless Go Shot. Sejuani, Rel, the Horse Riders going in. Super Inferno Bomb. Gonna drop right into J-Rod's head, but it's not gonna be enough to kill him off. And 6-foot Cuban gonna be caught out here. Vi doesn't have her ultimate. It doesn't matter because that E is going to be enough. Malzahar going to channel his ultimate onto the Rel. Or sorry, that's the Sejuani. I couldn't tell. And Rockstar just going to barely make it out alive. So in true Beer League fashion, if you are riding something, you're less likely to die. Because it's two things that have to take damage. And I just realized that Gin and Tonic has 3 champions that are riding on trusty steeds. So maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's how you win your first series. You pull out the horse. For anyone that's new around here, every few minutes I have to ask you subscribe to the Beer League, especially if you dislike ads, or if you dislike Richie. Feel free to subscribe. None of this money goes to him. So if you're not a fan of Richie, if you don't think he's the most handsome beer leaguer, feel free to subscribe, especially because he hasn't called back Nunya Business's mom in like months. So kind of rude. So if you subscribe, it will bring down his mood. Castro, there we go, with the subscription. Love to see it. And with that, I will take a shot on a very empty stomach. Castro, I didn't realize that you disliked Richie that much. But you know what? It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Vi and Jack's gonna start up the Grubbies. Gonna be able to claim all 3. Leona, the Solar Flare gonna miss. As is Ezreal's ultimate. Good dash away though. me a basketball. Why is my forearm hurt? Falcom, I solo cast a lot of times. Match of the week though, we usually do have a co-caster in. Benson has a match going on at this moment, and I believe Elias, who sometimes usually casts, he's not feeling up to it right at the moment. Nix you with the subscription as well. Son of a gun, this is gonna be 2 shots for me. So here we go. Shot. Do I have a shot camera on this? Let me check. Okay, well, let's see. Clyde gonna pop the ultimate. We've got a lot of fighting going on. I mean, this one's an additional shot. Alright. Oh! Glacial Prism going to be used. Ezreal, great job with the E. Mega Inferno Bomb going to be dropped on in. Slouch not going to be able to really do too much. He's out of mana. Solar Flare going to come in from the Leona. There's the Malzahar ultimate that we've been waiting for. And just like that, Driftless skill shot. Taking the lead that they need. Oh no. Son of a biscuit. Human Bane, you are the worst. Alright. Shot number 1. There we go. Cheers. This is for Castro and giving the subscription to Falcon. Delicious. I know, it's kind of crazy. There's many people dislike Richie. And I really hope that he watches this stream back just to be like, this many people really dislike me. And it's all because he hasn't called back many businesses mom after taking out some nice seafood. Alright, shot number 2. Gosh. He's not ready for this, guys. Piss Boys. Barren Wastelands, like, come on. Ooh. Alright, water. Need a little palate cleanser as Melly Coco getting the solo bolo up in the top lane. Being the really only bright spot for Gin and Tonic. See, now I'm gonna like. Alright, Human Bane, this is your shot. Even after I cast it for you guys last time. Ooh, Satchel Charge, good throw, but unfortunately not gonna be enough. Glacial Prism actually gonna miss because of the Satchel Charge, but Slouch should not be able to get out here, especially with the Sejuani E gonna come in and connect. Never ever misses. Yeah, great dive coming in right there from from Driftless skill shot. But I'm not sure if Melly Coco is going to be able to do it. Lucifer getting taken down pretty low. Good body blocking coming through. Ezreal going to E on in at the start. Everything's going to miss. Oh no. Melly Coco survives. Holy shit. Alright, my stomach. You guys. Wait, J-Rod? Oh my goodness, that remount for Melly Coco could not have happened at a better time. He is going to be able to get a double kill here and Slouch teleport in for his death. Oh no. There he goes. Cheers, Slouch. We hardly knew ya. Alright. That's enough of seeing my face. Cool. I don't know, maybe it's subscribe if you hate me. Oh. That's a lot of shots. luckily there was some action going on to bring this game back to even. Why do I have goosebumps now? Holy. So if we look at the gold graph, this game is about as up and down as people's love for Richie. Sometimes you like him, sometimes you hate him. But all that matters is that he's practically beer. Solar Flare going down onto the Ziggs, and the CC train is a CC of pain. Slouch getting another kill this game, 3-3-2. Vlad popping the ultimate onto Lucifer. And J-Rod, trust me, you can't win a fight against a top laner. Just let him be. You know, nothing's wrong if top laner lives. Alright, looks like Driftless Skill Shock gonna be hoping to get some dragons stacking. So we're gonna be the second dragon of the game. Mega Inferno Bomb not going to be able to kill off enough minions, so Velociraptor getting the first turret of the game, hasn't left top lane as of yet. Ziggs going to reset here, might have a little bit of extra gold before he teleports down onto a dragon plate here. Mega Inferno Bomb not yet just ready. Valdevin going to force to use the ghost, but it doesn't matter. The Ezreal Q goes on for way too long. Just like that, like gold lead back up to 2K. Easy peasy. Let's see the smite coming in from Lucifer. What's the time? A slow smite, 1.2 seconds late, but it doesn't matter because dragon number 2 has been secured. Ziggs moving up into this top side. Jax, I don't think you're long for this world. Melly Coco on the way with Roxa and the 6-foot Cuban Ignite going to be used as well. And Melly Coco sitting at 5-2-0 on this Kled. Rolling down nice and happy. I wonder if the Jax goes to a different lane now. We continue pushing down top side. Rift Herald is up and available. Glacial Prism going to be thrown onto J-Rod. J-Rod forced to use the flash to get on out of there. Bear Trap on rope, not going to connect. And Jax did teleport to the bot side. Never mind, it's Mouse. Match the Vlad. Ezra gets a turret in the mid side, but now he's kind of SOL. And Vi looking for... No, Vi, would you do... She's actually able to get... Wow. Well, that is why you go in there, people. Doesn't matter if you die, as long as you get the Rift Herald and the Eye. Holy Tobol. Nicely done by Lucifer. Yes, they died, but like, to go in 1v4? Nicely done. Velociraptor, your lane is much longer than you think it is. So, good luck. J-Rod. Solar Flare going to be used on Zaldeb. Ezreal forced to flash on out, doesn't want to take too much of that Vlad damage. J-Rod kind of unfortunately stuck in there, and he's going to find a nice little melee Coco, but Valdevin going to get to the kill there. Drax still hoping to stab and dab on that maps, but all the CC and the train and everyone that's riding something is going to be a part of this kill. The barrage coming in. That looks like the Riders of Rohan. Coming in to save Minas Tirith in Return of the King. Or the Riders coming down for Helm's Deep, you know. One of the two. trying to get damage down. Lucifer. And on into there. Valdevin forced to flash on out. I didn't think that was going to be the case right here. General Panda not able to get that Raptor, but it doesn't really matter. Leona's going to go back in. Not sure if it's to fight or just, you know, make them back off. Valdevin going to pop the ultimate. Jax taking some damage. And Flash is hoping to scale a little bit more. Gold is about back to even. Baron's up in 15 seconds. Neither side's ready to fight for it at all. You need at least 2 points. I'm going to say J-Rod, again, going in just for fun. Glacial Prism going to be used, but it's going to go wide, and now Jax is teleporting into a not-so-safe spot. But luckily, he does have a team around him that he can leap to keep him safe. By Ezreal, not on this side of the map. Leona, you don't have to use your Solar Flare just for funsies. But Ezreal, if you are going to get that mid lane turret, you're going to have to do it soon because Kled is on his way with an ultimate, with a brigade as well. Mega Inferno Bomb gonna actually miss. Not really sure what happened there with Slouch. General Panda. Def, a weak link. Potentially, maybe. I mean, 3-1-6, I wouldn't call that the weak link this game. But, you know, you do you. You probably know who they are. You probably are them, is what I'm going to assume. You are the Sedge and the Bristle. No, Vi with the cease and desist. Trying to go as far as she possibly can. Rel gonna pop the Magnet Storm. Leona's gonna go in and try and save the day somehow, some way, but it doesn't really matter. General Panda on a rampage. Down goes Velociraptor. This just went from bad to worse, and like, it can't get any worse than this. There's no way Melee Coco dives this Ezreal on the turret, right? On the top side? Not gonna happen, right? Okay, Melee Coco is backing off. But the Glacial Prism is going to hit Slouch and Valdevin. Dealing the damage. Feeling a little bit happy. He's finally been able to start to scale. Second item going to be completed by J-Rod. Hopefully, if you're Driftless Go Shot, you're able to get some vision around this Baron. I don't think the Baron take is going to be the fastest for for Gin Tonic, but you can never be too sure. Especially if you're, you know, a light leaguer like I am. Everything is surprising. So how's everybody's Sunday going? Is anyone a fan of golf? Anyone watch the Masters? Anyone happy with whomever won? I won't spoil it because there's some people that might actually want to watch it. Even though it ended like 2.5 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago. Approximately. I don't know. You know, this is probably the best, you know, April 12th of the year. So, yeah, that's good though. I'm glad. Like, I don't dislike the guy at all. So I wish I was more of a golf fan, but I'm not. It's a frustrating sport. It's a lot more difficult than it needs to be. That's what I hate. For the second time in 2 games, Velociraptor way under level. You know, his counterpart 2 levels up on him. Granted, he has been getting involved all over the map with a lot of plays. Rocket Belt out from Valdevin. Doesn't have ultimate available just yet, so Jax might actually be able to squeak something out here. He's going to be forced to use the flash as the pool was used. And We do finally have a pick here on Nebraska, but like we're just attacking tank. What's the point of this? Melly Coco is going to be able to ward off Slouch. Lucifer going to be dropping in a matter of moments. We're actually going to pick up that kill. Like, why are we just... No. Oh, nice. Alright, well, that's good then. A genuine person, like, wins. Like, that's good. Even if, like, you're genuinely a jerk. Like, as long as you're genuine about it, that's all that matters. But it's nice that he's, like, a good guy. I'm assuming that's, you know, genuinely a good guy. Castro, this is looking like the week that they might do it. Triple skill shot started off this game really strong. What are we doing here? What are we doing, Velociraptor? Alright, he is able to get on out. Dragon's up in 45 seconds, guys. Let's not throw this over. I didn't watch any of the LCS. I wish that I did. There are a few teams that I like to keep track of. I did watch some LEC as well. 6 for Cuban gonna be taken down potentially. Lucifer, or sorry, Al Devin gonna fall. Nelly Coco getting the double kill. General Panda trying to kill Slouch is able to do so. Maps. Oh no. How unfortunate. Flash is going to be used all over the map. Melly Coco going to take down the Ezreal. Looking to get a double, or is that going to be a quadra kill if he takes down Lucifer? I think that's an unofficial quadra kill. 99% sure. Dragon is up and available. This would be their second dragon, but it looks like they're just going to get some damage down on his turret first. Ziggs does have the satchel charge, so might as well. Kled is massive. If we want to look at the individual gold lead, like he's at 12. Sejuani is also at 12k. Holy cow! But yeah, Slouch, Velociraptor. Slouch isn't much further behind 6 foot Cuban, but with there being a 4k, 3.5k gold lead between the top laners, that's gonna make it a little rough.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Dragon is going to be secured. Baron is up on the table. I don't really know. There is a lot of damage coming out. And Jack's going to do his best to take on Melly Coco. Unfortunately, doesn't have anyone near him to help him out. He is going to avoid a lot of those autos, so Melly Coco won't be able to... Never mind. There's the remount. Wow. Remounts so fast. This could potentially open up time for a Baron, although it looks like Kled is just going to split push. Driftless Skull Shot going to do their best to collapse upon him. Oh, Lucifer taking a little bit too much damage. She says this is going to go down. Luckily, they're getting a little bit of a shield. I don't know if they don't have Eclipse. I guess it's from the green smite? No, they have blue smite. Oh, never mind. Vi just generates shields because Vi. My bad. I forgot about the champ. Alright, Ezreal gonna use his ultimate just to check. Just to see what's going on. I don't know, I am intrigued to see this gold graph that we're gonna pop up right now. The mid game definitely went the way of Driftless Skill Shot, but after landing phase had like officially been breached, it's
Blue
been
team's
Jin
turret
and
has been
Tonic
destroyed.
the whole way. There are pings down onto that bot side. Spur doing his best to clear out that control ward. Nice job by Jin and Tonic to put in a very sneaky spot. Ooh, are we gonna get a final team fight? On this damage bar. Now Devin off the ultimate and get one kill simultaneously with another Velociraptor in the mix, but is gonna go down. Slouch top the Zonias, but I don't think it's gonna have enough damage. Ezreal doing whatever he can to just delay this, but instead it just delayed the inevitable. Ziggs pumping out the damage, says Wani pumping out almost 4k damage. Is she a tank or is she a damage hitter? And looks like Jin and Tonic is going to be able to push this one through. Take it for the win. I don't see J-Rod being able to do too much. Gonna pop the ultimate. Doesn't really matter though. J-Rod getting the kill, helping out that KDA stats, even though they are gonna fall. Melly Coco gonna get the gold, and Jin and Tonic taking the victory like they deserve it. So Jin and Tonic moving up to 1 and 5. Driftless skill shot dropping down to 2 and 4. Unfortunately for them. As we continue on, we're going to look at the post-game screen and then look at the standings for this week. So let's get really quickly. Yes, thank you. Copy. So as we look at the post-game screenshot, I don't know. Driftless DS did a really great job early on. Vi did a phenomenal job of getting involved in a lot of early kills, like the nice early gank up top side once she realized neither top laner had their flash available. So she did great, but just the scaling that Jin Tonic had with the Vlad, with Kled just getting an early lead again, it's all that you could really hope for if you were a fan of, what's that team? Gin and Tonic. So congrats to them. And as we look forward to the playoff picture, let's see if I can pull it up right now. Remember, the top 8 teams make the playoffs. So honestly, every team is still in here outside of Tactics, RIP. Like just one game difference between the Otters, Gin and Tonic. Totally doable. 2 more IQ, pretty much safe for the most part. I would assume Bad Bunny Cerveza as well as Barren Wastelands looking pretty good. This isn't I mean, I don't know. Like 6 through 11 might be a PC Cafe. Not sure why I picked 6. But next week's match of the week, we are going to feature When in Rome and Personal Pepper Power. So we are going to get 8-point Trevor, my Backusaur, taking on 7.5 point Pyrowan, former challenger player. Just gonna say that. He has won a beer league championship, as has, I believe, my Backusaur. So we'll see what happens next week at 8 Central between those two teams jockeying for a playoff position. Seeing if one of them can move up potentially into 4th place. Kind of maybe knock out Bad Bunny Cerveza or Barren Wastelands. But either way, irregardlessly, for those of you that joined, for those of you that subscribed, thank you for joining me on this evening. Have a fantastic night, and we'll see you next time on the Beer League. Although, do we have any matches coming up? Next match is on Tuesday. Hopefully someone will watch that. We do have a light league and a stout league match going on, so good luck. Let's see how it goes, and enjoy some music on your way out. Good night.
Through the shadows where the judge cried, blood and battle paved the street side. In the gallows, all the hope dies. Death and sorrow, even crooks hide. Pick up your sword, fight for what's yours. No one needs to be around for you to be a hero now. So fight for your name, die for your legacy, write your own fate, live for eternity. When it all fades, you'll still be standing there, knowing your name went down in history. When the sky caves on tomorrow and you're bleeding, blood that's borrowed, pick up your sword, fight for what's yours. No one needs to be around for you to be a hero.